Dan wa iyan. Dan wa susuyan.
Pila pan Artatien nga. Hindi ka Jingeh ka jong ayapi. Kanam kerla.
Ki kena skol ki long thali habau no hikai ukuli jingkeli. Ki samla don kerdan ki beben hindrai ki sngap pat jar haki jingyalang. Ki samla baladap graduate ki kiar na ka let interview namar baki Tieng ban kran nalor ki we pan. Kini kidai ki brio ki bau ba Arjun Lingdo, founder of NESkills Center of Excellence, Communications and Behavioral Transformation Specialist. U Jinghikai bat Jingherap mentala kot arposnam haringkat ke jingyat ke por daga bependon kamru yakilat lingba ki ba ke teknologi bat ke internet ki ai. Bon ki brio ki perkhat ba ke Jingeh ka long ban kran English. Henry ki Jingeh ki mi na ke jing Tieng na ke jing Artatien bat ke jing bamtip Kumno ban penpau ya ka badan ha ke jing mot jing perkhat laong uba Arjun. Haringkat palat sipaw hajar ngot ki bola hikai kentop ya ki badan ke kerdan ha keleng gejela ha ka thai north east ki weipat ki benta kari India bat wat namar ri kumjo uba Arjun ula pensyong nong remban pen kela om tang ba kumno ki brio kin kran kin khana hindrei ban ra yala di ha ki kamra kelas ha ki office bat ki jaka yale examen ban yokam lani ki weipat ki benta. Kaba compare ha kam hikai jong u ka long bo sim kerpang ya ki subject kum ka Jinghikai kran English ka communication ki soft skills lani personality development la ka jong hindrai ha u sim bakini ki don ka jias no ka bajeliu kumta u hikai yo brio ha ka ju ka por. Ki basya hikai ki yo lot ya ki benta baro ha ka wei ka program bat ka bakum ka ne ka Jinghikai kadang nyar ban syam ha Shillong bat penlong ya ka NESkills ka center na ka benta ka Thai North East kumjo. Ki rukam hikai jongki ki long ki basya bat ha ka jaka ka theory uba Arjun u hikai ya ki pattern ki badai benta jong ka jing mot jing perkhat ki balak benne klam klat da ka bapinyaso ya ki jing melien bat pen klan ha ka bor perkhat. Uhikai ha ki nongrem ki ba ukhot ka head voice, heart voice, but gut voice. But penyaso yaki, but ka jing persyang ban sngo tu ki ba day but ka rukom perkhan, ka jing sngo but ki jing le. Ha ka rukom hikai jong u upendon kam ya ka A3C3 framework, ka ba yang na ka benta ka awareness, authenticity, audacity, choice, commitment, and consistency. Ya ka bala penwandur bantai ya ka jing sngo scam jing mud. Ka jing tray jong u kala yo jing itu ha ka re India barok away ha ka bolo rung ha ka top ki top 100 tutors la lais nam lenter kata house nam arja arpusan bat arja arpunriu. Ula rung ha ki ker dan bah khmat kumuno hikai ha ki subject ki bau hikai kum ka soft skills, spoken English, communication skills, interview readiness, but personality development, but yamanta udan ha ka top ki sipongut na ki nong India halor ka urban pro. Ka NESkills, ka ai ki program Jinghikai spoken English, communication skill, personality development, leadership communication, interview preparation, but public speaking, ringkat ki corporate, but institutional training, but kum ka center ka yo ban priang palat arspa san potli ki jingpet banya, lani ki public review, ha ki rensan baper.
Por nga training kong po Delhi, arajar nriyo was dang ne, te ngaru pek ngali na Shillong. I'm from Shillong, small school. I went to St. Peter's. So my English was not that great, nor was my communication. Alright, plus bamnangkran Hindi. The Porpoi Delhi pada, first 17 interviews I got rejected. Why? Because of communication. And back then, there was no online stuff, there was no AI, nothing of that, no mobiles also. So I had to, and I used to work in a call center, class 12 pass, you don't get a good job then. I remember this so vividly that I used to reach home around 3-4 a.m. in the morning and spend 2 hours sitting in front of the mirror just practicing. Okay, and finally I got my breakthrough in American Express, wherein I was hired as a communications excellence trainer. And then I realized that I needed to work really hard on my communication. Okay, and as things went, I worked for Barclays, HSBC, I worked for Avenues and stuff like that. And I decided to come back to Shillong to set up NESkills, not for myself, but to help the people or the youth of the Northeast. That is my mission. Okay, because I know how difficult it is. Kalong difficult bhai kum kibriu mangi manle chabar and try to build a career there. Okay, I've been there. I know the pain. So ngakwa ba ki youth chaniru ki suthukin. Right. And when we're talking about coaching, I coach pretty much everybody on everything, because I have multiple certifications, multiple credentials. So it's whether you're a fresher, whether you are a seasoned professional, whether you want team coaching, administrative coaching, I do all of that. Okay. And my methodology of coaching is tangible, meaning that you enter at a level, you exit at a certain level. There's no fluff. So that's pretty much what I do. And now NESkills, I've been building this since 2003. 2023. So 3 years running now. And I'm trying to expand more into the Northeast market. With some help, of course. Menta nga mainly ngadon po Urban Pro. Urban Pro is one of India's largest online platform for training and teaching. Right? There are more than 8 lakhs tutors there. Okay, and they teach pretty much every subject. You go right from tuition type, spoken English, and this and that. And 2024, 2025, and currently 2026, I'm ranked number 1. Okay, nationally. So that is against 8 lakh people. That's a lot. Okay, and these the awards I get is not just because I've been there; it's because of verified students' reviews. The students that I've trained, they've given reviews, they are verified. That's the reason why I'm getting these accolades. Okay, if it's just, again, like no fluff. Everything is there, everything is mapped, everything is written, kalong clean bit. The only issue is that Hapot Shillong, no one recognizes the kind of coaching that we do. And I'm not only talking about myself, there are other coaches back end who do pretty much what I do. Right? Maybe not at the same level, maybe different coaching, but they also are not getting highlighted. And that's a very sad thing, because very soon Shillong or Meghalaya or the Northeast itself will require people like us to help other people. Very, very soon. How to communicate under pressure. And pressure hits anywhere, anytime. You sit for an interview, you are under pressure. You have to go for a meeting, you're under pressure. You have to give a presentation, you're under pressure. Right? How to navigate that is what I teach. Okay? Because see, everyone has skills. Especially in Northeast, we have so much potential. So much potential. It's just that fear, that block, that stops us from being the best versions of ourselves. I eliminate that block, that fear, by giving them techniques, how to calm yourselves down, right? How to speak better, how to communicate effectively. So that's what I primarily do. And coming back to your question for Pyong, like in Shillong, in Meghalaya, is the same thing, like I said earlier, right? It does not matter how old you are. It does not matter how much exposure you've had. It does not matter how much experience you have. Because at the end of the day, when the situation hits the room, the pressure, if you are not able to handle that, then you will crumble. And it doesn't, like I said, doesn't matter. Experience, exposure, nothing of that sort. If you don't know how to calm yourself down, you don't know the techniques of deep breathing, or lowering your blood pressure down, right? Getting away from those negative thoughts, right? Getting more positivity, then people will never be able to excel. And that's proof, because I've been training people from pan-India and across the globe, right? They have the same problems.
Now, we have seen that Meghalaya is also growing.
Yeah.
We don't come making a Jinghikai, we don't come making a There's a change.
Yes.
The Kumno suggests, Kumno Arjun, youth,
see, the first things first is that I think that we should educate the people first of what problems that they might have in the future. Without education, they will not know. Right now in Shillong, people still think about spoken English. Spoken English is just grammar. Right, it's just a language. That's another language. But how you use those languages to communicate, to share your ideas, to share your thoughts confidently is what I train. Now you might be the best. I'll give you an example. All of us went to school, right? We remember our grammar teachers. Yes. Have you ever seen one of the grammar teachers standing on stage and presenting? No, right? Even though their grammar is spot on. But you'll never find them on stage presenting. Why? Because of that fear, because of that block. But you might find other people who might not be really good in speaking in English, but have the confidence to stand on stage and present. You see, it's all See, I have 2 diplomas in psychology as well, and I'm an NLP practitioner. So what happens is, I'll tell you the secret, when we listen to people speaking, okay, we don't even pay attention to grammar words, which are called function words. Those are de-stressed. We pay attention to content words, which carry meaning. You get it? Like how I'm speaking right now, you will never catch my grammatical errors. You get it? But other people speak in blocks. Hi, my name is Arjun Lingdo. So everything is being stressed the same way. So there's no stress, de-stress, modulation, because see, communication, 55. So there's this guy, Albert Mehrbrin, professor in Los Angeles, Nevada, passed away now. He came up with the theory that communication is divided into 3 V's. First V is visual. 55% of communication is visual. Meaning if I smile and I tell you, but Sam, I'm having the worst day of my life, you'll not believe me. 38% are your vocals. Yeah, stress, de-stress, push some content words, right? And only 7%. So if you add 55 plus 38, 93, right? The remaining 7% are the words that come out of your mouth. But everyone here in Shillong thinks that they need to work on that 7% more. You get it? Which makes no logical sense. Because I've seen TEDx speakers who are deaf and mute even giving us, proper speech in TEDx platforms. You get it? So this is important, but not really that important. The rest is your body language, your hand gestures, your expressions, your gravitas, the way you carry yourself, all of those matter. And you can only do that if you are self-aware. So I have this framework that I've created, which is called the A3C3 framework. It's mine. So it stands for awareness. First, you need to be aware internally and externally about yourself. Then the second A is audacity, having the confidence to do what you want to do. And the last A is authenticity, meaning that I don't train or coach or mentor people to change or to copy somebody. Yeah, I find out who they are and make sure that they remain authentic. Then the 3 C's are choice. First, you choose to get better. Commitment, you commit. And consistency is the key. Because everything is based on the art of repetition. Right? For Nikren, we don't speak from our conscious mind, we speak from our subconscious. Okay? Tementas muntang ai fi kates grammar dei flaban ya pasut bro. Taba perfikiran dei flaban bakla. Because you speak from here based on exposure, what you've exposed yourself to. You get it? So I go and I rewire these patterns, and in science this is called muscle memory. Like driving or cooking, like driving scooties. You'll never forget how to drive a scooty or ride a scooty for the rest of your life, because you've been doing that constantly. Similarly, that's what I do. I rewire patterns, I remove unwanted patterns, build new patterns, and it sticks with my students for the rest of their life. That's what I told you at the start, that they enter at a certain level and they exit at a certain level. I am not that kind of a person that will string a person for 6 to 8 months to 1 year to 2 years. I've never coached anyone more than 3 months. Whether it's basic spoken English or high level influencing communication. They don't need that much time. Because at the end of the day, money we can always make. Time is something that is non-renewable and we will never get that anymore. So that's more important to me. Locals. Kidon na bar, especially na po Arunachal, bibon mo na po Arunachal group. Even I train people from Arunachal because magchatay kikan bahada ka hindi na. So kimlat kan paring tan. So like I told you that I don't just train people on specific courses anymore. Like mtafi ko benang paring pinit spoken English. Then later on you'll realize I don't know how to communicate, I don't have confidence. Then you'll search for another coach to learn confidence. Then you get a job. Then you learn that, oh God, I don't know how to do things. Soft skills are required. And then suddenly you realize, oh my God, everyone is doing so well, my personality is so low. So I teach 5-in-1. Okay, I teach everything. So if your grammar is a problem, I fix that. plus with communication, plus with soft skills, plus with build their personality, gravitas, aura, all of that. I consult as well, yeah. I do a lot of consulting for a lot of different businesses. When I started NESkills, I tried a lot. More, 1,000 rupees I offered, 500 rupees I offered. No one joined. No one joined. I'll be honest with you. I opened an offline center. Okay, hardly 4 or 5 people come in 6 months. Okay, so from a business angle, that's gone for me, because my core mission, like I told you guys, my mission is to help the youth of the Northeast, right? But I have to survive as well, right? So that's why I'm coming up with that Northeast cohort, wherein they can pay 500, 200, 300, okay, and then they can join and I can coach them as well. That's for the Northeast. But for the high premium clients, those are from the rest of the world, so that I'm not even bothered about. My goal is right now to immerse myself with the youth here, okay? But the only problem is that no one knows that people like us exist. You get it? Right now, if people think about coaching, they'll go to Ramakrishna Mission. Yes or no? They will not come to people like us because we are not well known, right? But we just do back end work, help people like Sarah Karchandi, all these people, but we are never put on place. We are not on the map, and that's disheartening. Online is actually much better. You can sit at home, yeah, join my link, okay, on your phone. Nothing. You don't have to do. Just have a normal connection. Join the class. Sit on your phone. That's it. I don't give homework. I don't give assignments because all of that is useless. Okay. So how I train is 20 minutes I will teach people techniques. 40 minutes is when I practice with them. Hardcore practice. I put them under pressure. So I rather they fail with me and pass in the real life. You get it? Sometimes people hate me because of that, but you know, they get what they want at the end of the day. Ooh. So because I can say I'm a one-man army right now, right? I don't have the funds to, hire a team or something. So I do everything on my own. So I train around 10 hours a day, 10 students. And then after that, around 4 or 5 hours designing, content creation. So I work around 15, 16 hours a day. 7 days a week. So kini professionals, they prefer evening slots. Okay, they kilawan train too. So they prefer 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is where I stop. Then around 3, 4 o'clock I have to get up because then I have American students. You get it? So it's a little wonky for me as well, but we got to survive. Yeah, Meghalaya is absolutely growing, and that's the reason why I'm still here. I mean, like, are we okay there? Yeah. So I mean, like, Minta, looking at the scene in Meghalaya, I will not be surprised if a lot of MNCs, a lot of companies will come up here very soon. It's a booming industry here, not only tourism, okay? And once that happens, then people will realize that yes, they need coaching. They need to understand how to sit for interviews. They need to understand how to talk to management. They need to understand what is lateral communication, horizontal communication, upward communication, downward communication. Those are very, very important. Okay, so my plan is be here, wait for Meghalaya to, push up a little bit and then immerse myself wherever I can. The change is there, big change. Why? Because if you look at technology, right, technology has advanced so much, right? We have AI now and everyone's using AI, correct? Problem is that a lot of people think that using AI or going to YouTube or, watching some videos will help them or they will learn something. Self-learning does not work like that. Until and unless there's someone to monitor you, to correct you, you will not learn on your own. You get it? Because again, if you're learning from somewhere, that is conscious learning. It sticks in your conscious part of the brain, but not subconscious. Until and unless you don't know the techniques to transfer that information from your conscious part of your brain to your subconscious, then all that information will be replaced with another information. You get it? So they might go to YouTube right now and learn 10 words, for example, right? Vocabulary building, they'll call it. They'll learn 10 words. Tomorrow, they will not be able to recall even a single word because that's not how it works.
they are being replaced by some other.
By some other. Because see, at the end of the day, we understand that conscious, subconscious, mental album, right there in between. For example, if I say lemons, you all know what lemons are? Why? Because you can see lemons in front of you right now, yes? From the mental album. If I give you a word and you've never seen an image of that word, you'll never understand. Like concretize. If I say, hey guys, let's catch up tomorrow and concretize the plans, you'll understand the context, but you'll not understand the word. Because that word is not registered in your mental album because there's no image for you to connect from. But if I break that word now, I say concrete. What is concrete? Cement? Cement? So now you know what concretize means. Like, let's make the plan solid. Now you'll never forget that word anymore in your life. Yeah, now you'll never forget that word in your life anymore. That is called vocabulary building. Not by reading books and all of that stuff. These are just my recognition. So this is NLP, which is a neuro-linguistic practitioner. Okay. So certified international trainer from Indian Leadership Academy. I do have I'm certified master trainer as well. I'm also certified corporate trainer, international corporate trainer. I also have a certification on TESOL, which means I teaching English to people, okay, who don't know English. And yeah, some awards from Urban Pro. But I do have hospitality degree. I have 2 diplomas in psychology, educational psychology, child psychology. Right, what else do I have? Well, quite a lot actually, but yeah. These awards are from Urban Pro, okay, and they are given to tutors who rank top 10, top 100 in a year out of 8 lakhs or 9 lakh people. Right, so this one I just got recently because they take some time to send. 2026, I'm still ranking top 10. So most likely I'll win another award next year. I'm also been voted for the most popular teacher in India. Okay, so right now because it's voting, so and it requires OTP, so a lot of people don't vote anymore. But I am still ranking around 8 or 9 there. That's fine. That's just popular teacher. It's not proper hardcore ranking. Yeah. So Urban Pro, like I said, they verify based on students' reviews. Okay, and when a student leaves a review, it is a verified review. Okay, so based on reviews, based on how much classes I'm taking, right, based on what kind of people I'm coaching, right, so it's all, I don't know the algorithm how they use it, but it's based on all of those factors. It's not just like copy paste and boom, you know, they check first who's doing well, how many people has he trained. So like on Urban Pro right now, I have around 780 hours coached. Okay, so that is also another plus point, right? I'm a super tutor there. So these things take time to build, but once you build it, it becomes easy to manage or sustain. My message is stop being scared. Yeah, that's it. That's it. No extra words. Stop being scared. Fear is the blocker. Okay, and where does fear come from? When you don't know things. We fear the unknown. Once we know, fear does not exist anymore.
Artatien, page bahagi kishap plus F.
Ka plus F?
Hakabam bangibam dunaki eki bataye kamet. Namar kata habathiru atau khau kamlu ka umpnyang kadut page ya kishap plus F haka jingsom. Yaki nutrient kumki vitamin bat ka ayan la ai kan diat bat ka bathau bha kam khta ika dur jingki marbam ka jingmat lani ka rukom shed yaki balehi banai kita ka don ka we ka jing mentoy ba kongsan ka kot ka kia ka nutrition ba khambha ka jing im ba khambha pendon kam daki marbam madon ka sharp plus F menta kasni
Lawan Ra Shafi Lingba ko office jong Commissionerate of Food Safety Meghalaya.